Alen Moradian died in a black Audi when the gunmen waiting in the garage fired shots. The killer put 7 bullets into the 48-year-old crime lord who had close ties to the Comancheros and was known as Australia's Tony Soprano. Alen was sitting in his car in the parking lot of his unit in Spring Street on June 27, 2023, when a man in a black hoodie leaped out from a Porsche, gun in hand, before executing him with 7 shots. In the CCTV footage, 2 men are later seen abandoning the Porsche they used in the hit and getting into a red Holden Cruise. The Porsche was later found where it was abandoned in Bondi Junction, and the Holden was later torched in Zetland. Of the many gunned down in Sydney's bloody crime gang wars within the past 2 years, plenty have met their end inside of a suburban car park. Lone wolf bikie Yusuf Nazlioglu was shot up to 10 times after parking his black Mercedes in the complex under his apartment in Rhodes in Sydney's west, and Taha Sabag was shot dead outside the elite Fight Force gym parking lot in Sefton in front of his 12-year-old son. Alen, who had been hiding out in the rented apartment for many months after police warned him that his rivals wanted him dead, was a big wheel in Australia's cocaine pipeline. Alen, who was also dubbed Fathead, was a kingpin within the notorious Golden Gun cocaine syndicate that was dismantled by police in 2007. He and his wife were arrested after investigations into what police called, at the time, one of the largest ever cocaine and money laundering syndicates they'd seen in the state. After months of surveillance, police discovered more than $19 million in cash and expensive assets that they alleged were from selling at least 100 kilograms of high-quality cocaine. The syndicate's fortunes had been built from bricks of cocaine they imported into Sydney from Chicago via Los Angeles. A stamp in the shape of a prancing horse branded each $30,000 1-kilo package. Once they hit Sydney, each brick was worth $190,000. Moradian brought in at least 40 kilograms of the horse-stamped packages, although it's alleged the actual amount was far higher. In 2011, after it was clear Alen was involved in the Golden Gun drug syndicate and the importation of cocaine into Sydney, a judge gave him 16 years. He was released in December 2017 and back with his wife in their northwestern Sydney mansion where they dined off golden Versace cutlery beneath a painted ceiling inspired by Michelangelo's work in the Sistine Chapel. Alen's mansion was a symbol of his extravagant lifestyle and love for luxury. He was passionate about the Versace brand and spent millions on furniture and antiques. Alen moved out of that property when he learned there was a contract on his life and stayed in at least 4 other places before he was killed. For 10 months, he kept such a low profile as to be almost invisible as he believed assassins were trying to locate him. Alen shifted between secure high-rise city apartments and swapped vehicles. He then instructed lawyers to approach community corrections about varying his parole so he could flee overseas, but he was denied. While Alen was on the move, there was another gangland victim who he personally knew, 24-year-old Marvin Araya, who had links to the Comancheros. Alen's fears for his safety must have been further heightened when Araya was shot dead by 2 gunmen while sitting in his car at Elizabeth Hills on May 22, 2022. A little over a month after that shooting, Alen Moradian was eventually tracked down and killed in the parking lot. Several people have been charged over various roles in the killing, including the plot's accused mastermind. Police arrested a 22-year-old man at Canley Vale in the city's west on December 18, 2023, and charged him with murder. Police alleged that he was responsible for sourcing a tracking device and phones used to coordinate the shooting. 4 other men were charged in relation to Alen's murder, but none were accused of pulling the trigger. But then, on January 3, 2024, police closed in on the alleged triggerman. Task Force Magnus detectives and Tactical Operations Unit officers picked up 24-year-old Dut Deng at a Fairfield Heights home, following a 6-month investigation. Police also arrested 27-year-old Joseph Santino and 28-year-old Abdul Hakim Ahmad at Macquarie Park over their alleged involvement in the criminal group, which police linked to the killing. During several searches at Macquarie Park, police allegedly seized 1.5 kilograms of cocaine, 844 grams of methamphetamine, 3 dedicated encrypted criminal communication devices, and a pistol with 23 rounds of ammunition. After his arrest, Dut Deng was taken to Fairfield Police Station, where he was charged with murder, taking part in supplying a large commercial quantity of a prohibited drug, 2 counts of participating in a criminal group, and possessing an unauthorized or prohibited firearm. Joseph Santino and Abdulhakim Ahmad were taken to Gladesville Police Station, where they were charged with taking part in the supply of a large commercial quantity of a prohibited drug and participating in a criminal group. Santino was also charged with firearm offenses. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.